Usually when we have you on the show, you guys are 7, 8, 9 games up, and now you're trailing by 5.5. What do you attribute it to right now? Is it just the injuries, the lack of hitting? What do you attribute it to?
Well, I think they go hand in hand. The injuries are, we don't even talk about the injuries. The injuries happen. Every team's got injuries, so, these guys are big leaguers, and they've got to perform. Obviously, you lose. You've got 3 all-star caliber players that are not in the lineup with Eaton, Rendon, and Murphy. So obviously that's going to hurt. You've got a really good extra player in Brian Goodwin, who'd be playing every day now with Eaton out, who's hurt. And then you go down and Robles, Victor would be, he'd be playing left field every day if he were healthy, and he's hurt. So it really tests your depth in the organization, your talent level, and that type of thing. But hey, you got to win games. There's nobody feeling sorry for us because we've got guys out. You got to grind out. You have to do when you're really good players and your regulars are not in the lineup and they're hurt, is you got to really play clean baseball. And the base running mistakes and the defensive mistakes and throwing to the wrong base and those type of things, giving extra outs, running into extra outs, they really are magnified when your lineup is depleted and you're not scoring runs. And it's easy to make a base running mistake when your lineup is hitting on all cylinders and you're scoring 7, 8 runs a game and that type of thing. But when you're scratching for 3, 4 runs a game, you got to play clean baseball, and we haven't done it. So we need to do a better job of that. We've got young players in there that are in situations that they're not accustomed to, so they've got to be learning on the fly. And but you said it right. We're 23 games into this thing. We're trying to tread water till we get some of our big guys back, and then we could get rolling and rip off some wins.
What's the update on Anthony?
Anthony, he fouled that ball off his toe, and it just didn't come around. So we put him on the DL so he can get off it, and he's eligible to come off, I think, next Sunday, and we'll see where he's at, and hopefully he can come off when he's eligible on Sunday after the 10 days. Because with the new 10-day DL rule, you can backdate a DL assignment 3 days, and we have a day off. So hopefully he'll only miss 3 or 4 more games, and we'll get him back in the lineup, which is would be a huge uplift for us, because then it not only helps us in the lineup, but also helps us on the bench, because Defoe or Howie Kendrick would be on the bench, which is where we got what we got him for.
We're going in the clubhouse with Mike Rizzo, Nats President of Baseball Operations and GM. Just to highlight some of the positives, you mentioned base running blunders, but Trey Turner and Michael A. Taylor both off to good starts stealing bases. Do you like the aggressiveness on the base paths?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of our DNA. We're able to manufacture runs by running the bases aggressively and well. And Michael and Trey, they're great base stealers. Eaton, when he's in the lineup, is a great base stealer. So we should have a team that runs the bases very well and can manufacture some runs. So. With that said, we don't want to run into outs, but we do want to stay aggressive and do things that push the envelope and make the other team worry about our team speed, and where we don't have to rely on home runs and scoring by in big chunks. We can manufacture things when things aren't when the lineup's not humming along like it's supposed to, like it is right now.
And the truth is, I know you're a big believer in the back of the baseball card is, I was just looking at the stats. You don't have one hitter in the top 30 in batting average. You would expect guys like Trey Turner, Michael A. Taylor, and Ryan Zimmerman, some of these others, for their batting averages to increase to get on the bases more.
There's no doubt. It's we go by track record. It's these guys are in the league because of what they do, and I think at the end of the year, this thing all evens out. We get back to playing Nationals baseball, which is it's a very crisp, good style of baseball, and we're like I said, we're just trying to stay in sight until we can get some guys healthy, get the lineup back, and start lights out like it always is. And the back end of our bullpen has been solid, and we need to find a bridge to the 7th inning, in that that sixth inning, and I think we've got some candidates that have emerged that are going to help us and get get some guys healthy, score some runs, have a little fun, and get through this period of not having our complete roster in place. So everybody goes through it, and I know we're just with we look at the rest of our division, and this thing all evens out. So we feel confident about what we're doing. We love the team that we have. The guys are in a good mood still, although they're pissed off that we're not having the road trip that we want. But at the end of the day, if you look at this road trip and we can, Tanner and Scherzer can get us a couple wins here in San Francisco, you go home 5-4, which is a pretty good road trip when you consider you're going New York, L.A. and San Francisco. You play a 6-game homestand, and then we're back out on the West Coast.